Hello, my name is Christy and this is the Lesson 19 worksheet for 3rd grade YLOC. So the first worksheet asks us to find the place value. So how we find the place value is if there's, let's say, in this worksheet there's max 4 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You start counting from the right. So the first one is the ones. The second from the right is the tens. The third from the right is the hundreds. And the fourth from the right, so the one on the way left, is the thousandths place. So if we look at number 1, 6 is underlined, which is 2 places from the right, which means that it is in the tens digit. For number 2, the first number from the right is underlined, which is the 2, which means that it is in the ones. So this is how you solve all of them. Let's try number 3, where the underlined number is third from the right, so this would be hundreds. And number 11, 8,643, the 8 is underlined, which is the fourth number from the left, or fourth number from the right, and the number on the way left, which means that it is in the thousands place. Okay, next worksheet, even and odd. So we have to determine whether or not these numbers are even or odd. So even and odd numbers, they each have, so even numbers always end in 2, let's scroll down, 2, 4, 6, 8, and odd numbers, and 0. Odd numbers always have the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 as their last digit. So if we look at number 1, we see the number 6, and 6 is in the even sections, which means that this number is an even number. For number 2, 2 is also in the even section, which means that this is an even number. 3 is also even. Let's see number 5. So it ends in 3, which is in the odd section, which means that it's an odd number. So when you try to determine even and odd numbers, you don't need to look at any other number except for the last number, so the number on the way right, and see if it contains a number that is in the evens or a number that is odd. So even if it's a big number, like let's say number 20, 29,404, regardless of what the other 4 numbers are, we only pay attention to this last 4. And we know that 4 is an even number, which would make 20 an even number. Okay, multiplication. So multiplication, visually, it would be 8 times. So let's say we have 8 times 5. That means it would mean 8 groups of 5, or you can switch it around and say 5 groups of 8. So I'm going to do 5 groups of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 5 groups of 8, and from here we just count all the small circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So now we know, since we have our model here, that 8 times 5 equals 40. So if we don't want to take up too much time trying to draw these models, then you can just do long division. 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24, so your answer is 24. For number 3, 9 times 3 is also, actually for single digits, it's kind of useless to do long multiplication. So 9 times 3, 27. Let's try double digit number 10. So we have 11 times 7. So we start from the right. So 1 times 7 is 7, and 1 times 7 is also 7. So you have the answer 77. Okay, how about we try try 15. 3 times 10. So 10 times 3, the bigger number should always go on top when you're multiplying. So 0 times 3 we know is 0, and 1 times 3 is 3, so your answer would be 30. So that's how you solve the multiplication. Lastly, we have word problems. There are a total of 20 chickens in the group. 8 ran away from the store during a storm, and 5 are struck by lightning. How many chickens are left in the coop? So there's a total of 20 in the beginning, but 8 run away. So 20 minus 8, and that would equal, if you do long subtraction, 20 minus 8, 0 minus 8 is impossible, so you change that to a 10 by bringing over a 1 from the 2. So 10 minus 8 is 2, and 1 minus nothing is 1. So after 8 ran away during the storm, we have 12 chickens left. Then we see that 5 are struck by lightning, so 12 minus 5. So 12 minus 5, 2 is not, you can't subtract 5 from 2, so you bring over a 1 from the 1, making that a 0, and then make the 2 a 12, and then 12 minus 5 is 7, and so we have our final answer, 7 chickens that are left in the coop. Number 2, 50 out of the 100 pencils David has are colored pencils. What fractions of the pencils are colored pencils? So we have 50 out of the 100 pencils, and we have to simplify this. So when looking at this fraction, I already know that I can get rid of the pencils are colored pencils. Number 3, what is the greatest possible number that you can write with the digits 5, 9, 3, and 6? So the greatest possible number that you can write with these digits, you have 4 digits, and you would have to put the greatest number in the greatest spot, right? And we know that the thousands is the greatest spot, and our greatest number here is 9. So 9 goes in the thousands, and as we go right, it should become a smaller and smaller number. So the next biggest number is 6, so that goes in the next spot. The next biggest number is 5, and then the last smallest number is 3. So your answer would be 9,653 would be your biggest number that you can make. The number 52 is an even number. Write 2 more even numbers, including the one with 4 digits. So they're asking us to write even numbers. It doesn't matter what number you give as long as the last digits end in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. So let's say, for example, 68 would be an answer, and it says including one with 4 digits, so it can be 3, 6, 9. These are all odd numbers, but as long as the last digit is an even number, it is a valid answer. So last, number 5, Sally and her dad went to catch some fish. Sally caught 5 fish and her dad caught 8 fish. They then decided to throw back 3 of the fish into the ocean. How many fish do they have left in total? So Sally caught 5 fish and her dad caught 8 fish. So if we do 5 plus 8, we get 13. They decide to throw back 3 of the fish into the ocean. So 13 minus 3 would give you 10. So they have 10 fish left in total. 10 fish. And that's your answer. I hope you get everything now and have a great rest of the week. Bye!